Training practices for junior players under 6 and 7. Training practices for children playing Optus small-sided football in the under 6 and 7 age groups should focus on 4 major themes. These are running with the ball, passing and striking the ball, 1 versus 1 and first touch. Theme, running with the ball. Steal the eggs. Set up an area 20 by 20 metres. Place an even number of players at each corner and 1 more ball per corner than players in that corner. For example, if there are 2 players in a corner, there needs to be 3 balls. On the coach's call, all players run to any corner, collect a ball with their feet and run with it at their feet back to their own corner. Players cannot protect their own balls in their corner and obstruct other players. Set a time limit of 1 minute and see which corner has the most balls at the end of 1 minute. Challenge the players by asking them to use their opposite foot. Fox and hounds. Set up an area 20 by 20 metres. Mark a 5-metre line from each of the ends. The fox starts on the 5-metre line with the ball, and the hound starts on the edge of the area 5 metres behind the fox without a ball. On the coach's call, the fox runs with the ball at their feet as quickly as they can to the other end of the area. The hound has to try and run across the end line before the fox gets there with the ball. You may challenge players by encouraging them to use their other foot or adding a goal 2 metres in width at the end, but stress a player cannot shoot before they reach the 5-metre end line. Theme, passing, striking the ball. Pass it straight. Set up as many rectangular areas as you need, 10 metres long by 5 metres wide. A player is at each end of the rectangle with the ball at one end. Place a ball on top of a marker at the halfway point in the rectangle. You can use only a ball or marker if you don't have enough of either. The players pass the ball back and forth, trying to knock the ball off the marker or just hit the target. Each player counts how many times they are successful. To challenge players, encourage them to also use their non-preferred foot to pass the ball or increase the distance by 1 pace each time they hit the target to ensure people continue to work at an appropriate level. Many goals. Set up an area 30 by 30 metres. Within the area, use markers to set up small goals of 2 metres in width. Have 1 more set of goals than the number of pairs you have. Divide your group into pairs and give each pair a ball. On the coach's call, instruct the players to move around the area, passing the ball through the goals to their partner. Each successful pass through a goal scores 1 point. Set a time limit of 2 minutes and ask each pair how many points they scored. Challenge players by encouraging them to use their non-preferred foot to pass the ball, decreasing the size of the goals, or ask them to play a return pass to their partner through the goals to score. Theme, 1v1. 1v1 on 4 goals. Set up a 15 by 15 metre area. Set up 2 goals, 2 metres in width at each end of the area. Each goal should be 2 metres in from the corner of the playing area at both ends. The players are divided into 2 groups and line up at each end of the area between the 2 sets of goals. The coach stands on the side of the area and passes the ball into the area to one of the players. It is then a contest between the players to dribble or pass the ball into either of the 2 goals they are running towards. Have multiple balls and start the next pair immediately after the pair before finish to ensure the practice is continuous. Don't let the contest last more than 20 seconds to ensure you keep the interest of players. Chase and return. Set up a 15 by 15 metre area. Set up 3 goals of 2 metres in width at the end of the area. The goals should be positioned in each corner and the middle of the end line. The players are divided into 2 groups and line up on either side of the middle goal on the end line. The coach passes the ball into the middle of the area from the end line, and the first player from each line chases the ball. The first player to get to the ball attacks towards the 3 goals and attempts to beat their opponent by dribbling or passing the ball through any of these 3 goals. If the defending player wins the ball, they must run with it as quickly as they can over the opposite end line. Have multiple balls and start the next pair immediately after the pair before finish to ensure the practice is continuous. Don't let the contest last more than 20 seconds to ensure you keep the interest of players. Theme: first touch. Control and shoot. Set up a 15 by 15 metre area. Set up a goal of 2 metres in width in the middle of each line of the area. This means there are 4 goals in total. Divide your players into pairs. One player stands with a ball at their feet next to each goal. The partners stand in the middle of the area facing their partner. The player with the ball passes the ball into their partner in the middle of the area, who controls the ball and shoots into the goal they are facing. The player who passes the ball, after doing so, moves quickly behind the goals and controls the ball after it moves through the goals with their feet. After several turns, swap the players over. Challenge the player in the middle by asking them to control the ball and score in the goal on their left and right, or use their non-preferred foot. 4v4 on 4 goals. Set up a 15 by 15 metre area. Set up a goal of 2 metres in width in the middle of each line of the area. This means there are 4 goals in total. Divide your group into 2 teams of 4 players. The teams play 4v4 football. Let each team know they have 2 designated goals to score in. The coach passes the ball into the area to start the game.